You finally get a quiet moment. Nothing is wrong, no crisis, no pressure. And somehow, that's when the anxiety starts. You pick a small fight. You check your phone for bad news. You overthink something that was fine 5 minutes ago. It's like your mind doesn't trust peace. Why does happiness feel unsafe to you? You tell yourself you want a calm life, less drama, less chaos, more stability. But when things actually settle, you feel restless. If your relationship is going well, you start scanning for red flags. If work feels steady, you imagine getting fired. If your body feels healthy, you Google symptoms anyway. It's subtle. You don't announce it to yourself. You just tighten. And sometimes you even create problems. A sarcastic comment, an unnecessary confession, a sudden withdrawal. Then later, you wonder, why did I do that? This pattern slowly shapes your identity. You become the cautious one, or the overthinker, or the one who can't relax. You start believing something is wrong with you. But here's the part most people miss. Your brain is not trying to ruin your happiness. It's trying to protect you from something it learned long ago. And that learning runs deeper than your conscious thoughts. There's a psychological pattern behind this. It's connected to how your nervous system defines safety. And safety, surprisingly, has very little to do with happiness. You are not broken. You are conditioned. If chaos was normal in your early life, emotionally unpredictable parents, sudden criticism, unstable relationships, your nervous system adapted. It learned that calm is temporary, and temporary calm is dangerous. Because in your past, good moments were often followed by something painful. So your brain made a rule, don't get too comfortable. This is not self-sabotage in the dramatic sense. It's threat prediction. Your system is trying to stay one step ahead of loss. That means when life feels good, your brain doesn't relax. It prepares. And preparation often looks like anxiety. But to understand this fully, we need to look at what the brain is actually doing in those quiet moments. Your brain has one primary job: prediction. From a neuroscience perspective, it is constantly asking, what happens next? The amygdala scans for threat. The hippocampus compares the present to stored memories. The prefrontal cortex tries to interpret it all. If your past linked happiness with sudden disruption, your brain encodes that pattern. Calm to something bad happens. So when you experience calm now, the brain predicts the second half of the pattern, even if it hasn't happened yet. Think of your nervous system like a smoke alarm. If it once went off during a real fire, that's useful. But if it later went off because of burnt toast and nobody adjusted it, it becomes sensitive. Eventually, even steam feels dangerous. Happiness can feel like steam. Your body reacts before your thoughts catch up. Heart rate shifts. Muscles tighten. You start scanning. There's also a cognitive bias involved. It's called negativity bias. The brain prioritizes potential threats over positive signals because evolutionarily, survival mattered more than joy. If you miss a threat, you might not survive. If you miss a moment of happiness, you're still alive. So the brain leans toward caution. Now combine that with emotional conditioning from your past. You get a nervous system that equates familiar safe, even if familiar was chaotic. This is the key mental model. Your brain prefers predictable pain over unpredictable peace, because predictable pain can be prepared for. unpredictable peace cannot. And if that's true, then trying to force positivity won't work. You can't argue with a smoke alarm. You recalibrate it. But how? Not by chasing happiness harder, but by teaching your nervous system that calm is survivable. Here are 4 principles grounded in psychology. What to do. When anxiety appears during a good moment, say internally, my brain is predicting loss, not something is wrong, not this won't last, just prediction. Why it works. Labeling activates the prefrontal cortex. Research shows that affect labeling reduces amygdala activity. When you name a pattern, you move from being inside it to observing it. Example, you're lying in bed next to someone you love. Everything feels stable. Suddenly, a thought appears. What if they leave? Instead of spiraling, you say quietly, prediction. That small shift creates space. What to do? When you feel the urge to disrupt a peaceful moment, pause for 10 seconds. Don't fix. Don't text. Don't accuse. Just stay. Why it works. Avoidance reinforces threat signals. Exposure retrains them. In behavioral psychology, staying with a safe stimulus without escape teaches the brain it's not dangerous. Each calm moment you survive without sabotaging becomes new data. Example, you want to send a dramatic message to test someone's reassurance. Instead, you wait 10 seconds, then 30. The urge peaks and fades. Your brain records, calm did not lead to disaster. What to do? Notice physical sensations without attaching meaning. Tight chest, warm face, shallow breath. Describe them neutrally. Why it works. Interoceptive awareness reduces cognitive distortion. Your body can be activated without the situation being unsafe. The brain often creates catastrophic stories to explain normal physiological arousal. Example, you feel excitement before a good event. Your heart races. Instead of thinking something bad is coming, you say, my body is energized. Same sensation, different interpretation. Over time, this weakens the calm to danger association. What to do? Ask, what feels familiar right now? Then ask, is familiar the same as safe? Write both answers down. Why it works. Attachment theory shows that early relational patterns define what feels safe, but familiarity is not accuracy. By consciously distinguishing the two, you begin rewiring relational templates. Example, drama feels familiar. Silence feels suspicious. But silence in your current life may simply be peace. Your nervous system needs repetition to update that definition. None of these steps are about forcing happiness. They are about increasing your tolerance for it. Because tolerance is the real issue, not desire. Here's the model to remember. Your nervous system is a thermostat set to familiar. If your past was chaotic, calm feels too cold. So the system tries to raise the temperature back to what it knows. Not because it hates happiness, but because it loves predictability. Each time you stay in peace without escaping it, you adjust the thermostat slightly. 1 degree at a time. Happiness stops feeling like a trap and starts feeling neutral, then safe, then normal. You don't avoid happiness because you're negative. You avoid it because your brain once learned that good things disappear, and it doesn't want you blindsided again. but you are not living in that old environment anymore. Your nervous system just hasn't caught up. Peace might feel unfamiliar, but unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. And the next time life feels calm, notice what happens in you. Notice the prediction, notice the urge, and stay just a little longer. Because maybe the real work isn't learning how to be happy. It's learning that happiness doesn't have to be followed by pain. And that is something your brain can slowly, quietly relearn.